Hey loves, I'm back. I'm here to speak my testimony of how God pulled me out of a situation. Remarkable. God is good. Um, I was plotted on. So, being plotted on, I got out of it. God took me out of it. And they retaliated. And I'm being gang stalked till now. Even going through this gang stalking, I'm grateful. Amazed. Hopeful. Feeling great that I'm awake to breathe. And who came after me was my twin flame. No, I'm no longer my twin flame because now he's my karmic. Because God broke that broke the agreement. No longer a twin flame. But my twin flame trying to take me down. Because he was possessed by demons and demonic energy entities inside him. By his own family and his wife. He is surrounded by so many evil and he doesn't even know. I only spread and send him love and hope. Which makes me cry sometimes I talk about it. Makes me sad. I see so much good in him and I see his traumas. I see his pain. But I tried. But sometimes you can't. You can't do it all on your own to help him because then you're going to take your own self down. So he started out as my mom's trainer, and my mom begged me to go to him to help me to just get on a good track because I was traumatized by my childhood, and I never surround myself with people. Always isolated myself, kind of in my home 24/7, away from anyone, anything. And I had this dream of being a bodybuilder, being in a bodybuilding field. And so my trainer was, he was in competitions and won the bodybuilder contest and all that. So she just totally thought it was a great idea and it came from a good intention, you know. So when I met him, I sat down with him just to give him a little brief, like who I am and where I came from and what my challenges are. And my mom's sat with us too. That moment I sat down with him, it was like a big instant connection. Like it was like something so weird I never felt before. Like our energies like latched on. And my mom saw it was weird. She's like, here, have some water while we're when we were talking. So weird. ever since that day, it was crazy. Like, every time we worked out, it was crazy, like, connection. Like an obsession almost. Of just, we always looked at each other, and there was this natural feeling of knowing each other, which was a twin flame connection. I was the light side, he was the dark side. Duality. So every time I went in there, there was like, he got high. He loved being near me. He loved watching me. He loved knowing and wanted to talk to me. He called me so much, but he was married. And I'm very respectful of people who are married. But still, there was something there that it was just so unfamiliar, but familiar. And there was just a connection that we both didn't understand, but understood it was natural. But he had a lot of narcissistic tendencies. I seen it, I saw it. At the time, I was just kind of in a high, like, because I was surrounded by people. I'm in an environment that I'm leading to, the goal I'm wanting to. So it was just a mix of feelings that I did not see all the red flags. I was a little blinded because it was just so. It's all new. My first ever having a trainer, and let alone your trainer is your twin flame. Jesus, I love you. But let alone, same time also, I was a test for him. God put me in his life as a test because he had built up karma in his life. And he also a ex-convict. He was in jail for 10 years. And when he got out, I guess he was doing speeches in schools and giving, he was a, high looked up figure to people. But he was living a double life. Which he still had like evil in him. So when I used to go to the gym, he used to, play with my emotions and mind, which I did not understand at the time. But he was obsessed, but there was obsession, like, but it came to like extreme obsession, jealousy. And I saw it, and then it started to scare me. I think the biggest thing, first thing that ever like made me like kind of shocked is when I was like across the room, but he would always watch me. But then I was just talking to him, some gentleman, casual talk. Then all of a sudden he screamed on top of his lungs my name. He told me to get over here now. I did not know how to react. All I did was go towards him and just, he said, get on a treadmill. And I was shocked, just went on a treadmill. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And everybody was just watching. Like, everyone was like in shock. I'm like, what the fuck? I never even knew that he was like a little obsessed over me. Everybody saw it. Everybody sees it. Everybody sees our connection. And people got jealous. And from there, he would just say things like, oh, I have so many girls in line for me, which he wanted me to be jealous. I'm looking for a second wife. He was Muslim, and Muslim culture could have second wives, third, fourth. But he was saying to everybody. They had to comment, I'm looking for a second wife. Normal, whatever. Ha ha ha. But then with me, he would be like, I tried so hard to tell her that I wanted a second wife, but she's not allowing me. I told her she thinks about divorcing, and she won't let me. And it was strange to him to be really that open up to me like that. It was just like, okay. And then he would say like, oh, if so many clients are so damaged, I could sleep with anyone because everyone needs emotions. I was like, what the hell? He always made me like feel like I'm always caught off guard. Like everything is just trying to do or play with me. And then there was a week where he was gonna leave to Florida, which his wife planned it, and I knew why she planned because he was being so obsessed. And when he used to be at home, he used to text me like, "Oh, he used to text me at 3 o'clock in the morning. It's like, oh, I forgot to are we gonna meet up today or not?" Like, I was like, oh yeah, because our schedule was like at 4:30 a.m. And so he was just very obsessed with his wife. Noticed it. My intuition I can feel it. And everybody in the gym sensed it and sees it too. So when he was gonna leave to Florida, he would like whisper in my ear saying, I don't wanna go. Like that's something like I don't know how to react, but the way I react, I was like, it's gonna be amazing. Be happy, be blessed. Your wife wants just, so a long time with you. Like, that's beautiful. Go with the flow and just, why you think like that? But he would just stare at me to see my reaction. He always watched me. Watched 24/7. When he was even talking to someone, he's watching me. Obsessed. Jealous. I mean, when I was talking to guys, he would just have this anger in his eyes. His energy. Watching me. I carry this light naturally, and people watch me. People see that I'm different. That's also something that is just natural. Being a chosen, anointed one. But not knowing his obsession was actually jealousy. I think that's where my blindness was, In the beginning, it was nice to see that someone was like, caring, wanting to help me and all that, but it turned scary and uncomfortable. And he knew that I said to myself, I wasn't at a time, I didn't have a relationship with my mom. My mom would freak out and tell him, like, she's not talking to me today, oh my god, like, and all that. But he liked that I was isolated, that he could have me over myself and whatever. It started to become a competition between him and his friend, his business partner, who owned half of the gym studio. And when he was talking to me or watching me, his partner, he would yell at me. He's like, "Well, come over here, get over here!" Like it was crazy. Like they were like competing with each other over me. One day I was working out and he was like right in front of me. All of a sudden his partner came behind me and like grabbed my shoulders, started to go down. And he was just watching me weirdly. As if they were like onto each other, you know? And I just like back off like, okay, like it was really weird. So he like really touched me inappropriately, like it was not normal. And I told him, like, he's like, "Oh, that darn guy, he's so silly." Just brushed it off. And it didn't feel right, you know? I used to cry to my mom and said, "I want to get out of it, I need to get out. Mom, I can't do it." Because my intuition was telling me there was something happening behind my back that I did not know, you know? And at the time, like, I did not have a job. I used to live in hotels, so, like, they felt like they had, like, you know, power over me. And, you know, he tried to find me an apartment. He, like, lined up, he, like, gave me you know, job searches that they were applying. So I was like, cool, okay, I'm you know, why not, whatever. But then I told him, like, one day I was working out with him. I was like, I don't have a resume for us today, so I don't mind. I'm gonna go just try to shoot my shot without a resume, whatever. He's like, oh no, let me let my friend do a resume for you fast, you know? Like, when I tell you 20 minutes or less. Um, I'm like, okay, cool. Tell me why his friend made me pay $200 for a resume. They were making money off of me. I wasn't stupid. So I went along with it. Like, oh, it's cool, yeah, I don't mind. I appreciate the time. And this is like my brother's friend also, like, so it's kind of weird. Like, he wants to help me, but then he's making money off of me. I seen it. And also, like, he used to always tell me, like, why don't you get your money and what you deserve, what your dad, you know, has a will, you should get your money, whatever. He kept telling me, go get your money, like, you should get your money amount, whatever. I was like, I'm not even thinking about it. Why you keep telling me to go get my money? You know, like, what is this? Like, that's not your place. You know, I didn't tell him that, but, like, it was weird. I can tell there's something, like, he's trying to get, like, off of me, or, you know, a setup. I went into the gym one day too, also, and his gym partner, while I was working out, came in front of me and started, got Windex and just sprayed the mirror right where I was just in front. It's like, oh, I want you to look at yourself better and make sure you see yourself. Cringy, it was uncomfortable, you know? And he saw it too, and he got annoyed. And all of a sudden, he started to get really dark in his energy. And all of a sudden, myself, I started to get more, like, tired. Because he was energy harvesting off of me. I did not know at the time. And he was doing love spells on me. Like, I got in a trance, like, a little obsessed some week. And then some weeks I'll be like out of energy, crying. And he would just watch me, watch everything. I can feel there's something going on. My intuition is so spot on. Sometimes I don't catch it, but sometimes when I do, I do. You know, he used to say like, oh, well, the gym is like a family, but he was isolating me, trying to make me like feel like the black sheep, the scapegoat in the gym, on purpose. He used to like introduce me to everybody. Like he like put me on a pedestal. Like it was crazy. So when this is all going down, I just, I open up to him earlier than what all that happened because he made me feel like I couldn't open up to him, like he was love bombing me, I told him situations or things, only I would say to someone that I ever felt like I trusted. He made me trust him. So he knew a lot. Like if I worked out, he would work out over there, like next to me, just like, like working out, just looking at me like this. Like it was freaky, freaky. So when all that started to happen, I'm making sure I'm saying all that right. So when all that started to happen, it was constant. Like they would still like test me, and he would say things to make me react in the gym, and I would yell at him like, "Stop it! What the hell's wrong with you?" Like he wanted me to look crazy, but then he was obsessed with me. Narcissist. So I was just little by little backing up, and I kind of felt that in a sense. And then one day, I told him, I texted him, like, I'm not gonna come tomorrow, I'm just gonna take a little day off. He instantly texted me, but he was like washing himself up for a prayer, and he was texting me. He called me. He's like, why aren't you coming tomorrow? And I was like, to be honest, I'm just tired. I want a little break. It's like, if you don't come, I'm gonna spank you. What? Like, excuse me? Like, I didn't say that, but like, I paused. Like, I'm gonna go. I just hanged up. I started to get scared because he had my mom on his finger. Like, my mom loved him. My mom loved going to the gym. So I was scared. I was scared to be looked like I was a liar, or he's gonna make it look like I'm crazy, gonna say shit, whatever, to my mom and whatever. So that's why I didn't really like quickly get out of it, whatever, because I can tell his toxic ways can be damaging if I leave that fast, But it didn't matter if I left that fast or the way I did. It's always gonna still be the same outcome, but who knows? There's gonna be worse if I did go fast. So God is amazing. And then all of a sudden, I told my mom about the resume, and she went ballistic, crazy. Like, what? So all of a sudden, one day, my mom, I guess my mom told my little brother. So he was working out with him one morning, and he saw the guy who did the resume, his friend, And he's like, oh, his friend's like, hey, I need help if you'd like to come over to help me with something with my bed, whatever. And my brother goes, how much are you gonna pay me? And he goes, oh, I don't have the money. What are you talking about? He's like, well, you paid my sister $200 for our fucking resume paper. He instantly ran to the bathroom. He was in shock. Like, he was like, oh fuck, like she told him. And then that same day too, he yelled at the trainer, my trainer, his trainer. That same day he called me. So, oh, guess what? Your brother yelled at me today. He called me to intimidate me. It scared me. He was trying to see if I could talk about how I told him about the resume. He was trying to get me to talk. Trying to make me shut up, quiet. It scared me. He thought he had me on my finger. So one night I went to sleep and I had a dream. I had a meeting with God and my angels, and God told me, you have to text him that it's a divine connection, and after this you have to leave and walk away. And I did not wonder. I was like, why had I do it, So when I woke up out of that dream, I texted him. It was like 11 o'clock at night, 10 something. I was so uncomfortable because I would never do that. So I did. God wanted to do it because he wanted his mask to fall. And boy, did it fall. His true colors all came out. So when I did send him the text, he didn't text me till the next day. I guess that night his wife and him pretend like they were fighting, but they're actually onto it together. They're a con couple. They con people. The wife cons men, and the man cons woman. That's what I found out. So when he texted my mom saying, my wife is going off of me, I want to send you this, I would never do this, but I'm going to send you the text message what Mona sent me, and she wants to talk to you. He sent my mom the text message I wrote to him that, hey, there's something between us, I feel there's a big connection, let me know, there's a divine connection, whatever. Mom said she received it, and then she's waiting for her to call her, but she never called her. He was just waiting for me to catch feeling to write that text like that, so both of them can